call it fortune. Just roll the dice, roll it twice. Call me silly, but really I know you're mine. Don't be trying.
This afternoon or tonight, I've popped down to a field local to me that's this corner of the field is just absolutely full of poppies, so I thought I'd try and get a nice image of the poppies and the night sky as the sun starts to set. I'm a little bit early for sunset, but the skies have been dramatic today. We've had a couple of thunderstorms and what have you, so we've got a little bit of nice cloud left. It is burning up as the sun's giving its last heat of the day, so the clouds are disappearing a little bit, but I'm still going to try and get an image, and the plan is to do a multiple exposure because it's quite windy as well. I don't know if you can hear the wind, but it's quite breezy anyway. In the corner it's swirling round, so the poppies are moving 10 to the dozen, so I'll have to do an exposure of the poppies. Probably not the f-stop right down, and then probably f4, something like that, whatever it needs to be to give me a quick enough exposure to get the poppies without them moving, and then a different exposure to get the nice sky in. The only problem I've got is I've got some electric lines which are spoiling it, which I might have to take out the image in Photoshop. But yeah, and then also within the poppies we've got some nice different flowers, and then off the field itself, so it looks quite nice. There's a church in the background, but I don't think I can incorporate that. And then the only other thing I've got is just where I walked in is a little river anchor, so I might just pop down there, see if I can get something there as the sun's setting quite low. And again, adjusting the exposure just because when the sun comes from behind this cloud that it's at now, as you'll see when I started talking, it gets quite bright, so you're constantly adjusting the exposure. So I've tried to set up a nice little image that's behind you and see if I can catch anything there. It is very, very difficult, very, very difficult, but I'm going to try and catch an image. I think I'm going to change my lens as well and just get it into the frame a little bit more, I think. But I've got my 16-35 on, so I'm going to try and get a wide shot of the poppies and then that nice bit of background. I'd try 1 or 2 shots like that. I might even get my two 12mm Samyang out and get it on the old Sony and have a little play with that, because I've only just had it, so I might as well have a little play. So yeah, that's my idea. Try and get some nice poppies, a couple of different exposures, stitch them together, and just try and get a nice, typical English field meadow type image. Let's have a go. So what I've done, I've just zoomed in on the image, digitally zoomed in on the image, just to focus on this little group of flowers in front of me here. So I'm really right tight to the flowers. And I've got I'm on f3.2, which is giving me a 13th of a second. I'm not sure, I'm going to take that photo now because it's quite still. I'll have a look, see if they're sharp enough. So we'll have a quick look. And zoom in on that. And I don't know how to. We'll zoom in. Here we go. Ooh, a little bit blurry, so I'm going to need a longer exposure. So I'm going to put my f-stop to 2.8, which is the lowest it'll go. We'll refocus again. So it's a matter of zooming in on there. Right, now, because the sun's now poking its head through, as you probably can see, that's changed the exposure, which will make it, I should be able to get it slightly quicker now. So if I hurry up, get my exposure set a bit better. take that image. Now I've got it bracketed anyway, but I'll probably adjust that, and that gives me the 3 different images. Gone really still at the minute, so I'm going to bang some photos off. Give me a minute, just as that breeze is dropped. So hopefully I've got some nice still photos there. Just move those out of the way. What I like about it is the group of the like daisy flowers, don't know what they are, incorporating in with these poppies, so I really like that. The other things I like is the sun as it backlights the poppies as well, so I'm going to try and probably focus on just a single poppy and do that. So I'm going to take a few more shots at f2.8, and because the sun's out I'm going to just change the f-stop, see if I can get it a little bit higher up. So we'll go to 5.6, adjust the 30th of the second, and get that, and try and pull that out just to get a bit more depth of the focus. We'll take that shot. As you can see, the field's blowing everywhere, so actually it stopped. So I might get that. We'll just up the exposure now. It stopped, and I'm hopefully get one decent image out of the lot. Right, I think I've cooked that one to death. As I'm looking around, there's a couple of nice little poppies that are just sticking up, and it's just getting backlighted from the sun. So I'm going to try and now get a photo of them. So I'm just going to move forward slightly. Right, what I'm going to do, I'm just going to, because I'm pointing directly at the sun, I'm just going to come to one side because of the lens flare. Let's see if I can just get rid of that flare. Let's just hope I can pull something out. It's a shame that storm is now past us and gone, because the sky is probably a lot bluer than what I expected it to be. I expect to be these lovely puffy clouds, but they've sort of almost guaranteed by the end of sun setting they'll be disappeared, which is such a shame. Let me try and pick another 1 or 2 of these images out, these photos, these poppies, and see what we can make of it. I do like looking. I'm looking at the background of it. Obviously, the main feature is the poppy, but I'm looking for that nice background. So, and it looks nice and green up here. So let's point this way. I did forget to say I had my grad on just to, because it was so bright. It's still bright, even though it's just bouncing off the, get back in, just bouncing off the grasses. It's just making it so bright. Backlighting that plant there is stunning, so it's almost giving it that misty effect. Just need to get it sharp, so again, f-stop. Now I'm going to go 2.8 because there's no need for me to not have a 2.8. But yeah, as the sun rays are coming through, it's giving that. I'm not sure if that, come on, take the photo, if that's going to be sharp enough. Right, I've got it set on a 2-second timer, but because it's so windy, by the time it's taken the photo, the pop is blown again. So I've took that off, got it all set up, and I'm ready to take the photo. I've just put it on single shot. What I love about this image is how the glare of the sun is creating that misty effect. I absolutely love it. The settings for this image were ISO at 50, 45mm, f2.8 on 13th of a second.